Happiness. Eureka! Your map to happiness revealed. Are you happy? How often can we truly answer, yes, to this simple question? People chase different goals like money, fame, love, and success, but ultimately, they believe the final destination of all these efforts is happiness. Yet, many don't truly know what happiness is or how to grasp it. It's like wandering through a foggy mountain with a treasure map, unsure of the way. Now, let's clear that fog and draw a clear map to the treasure island of happiness together. Instead of dry philosophical lectures, we'll dive into intriguing stories filled with scientific research, psychological insights, and practical tips you can apply to your life right away. Get ready to nod your head, warm your heart, and embark on this exciting journey to discover happiness. 1. Misconceptions versus truths about happiness, the unveiled face of joy. We often harbor many illusions about happiness. These illusions can sometimes become obstacles that prevent us from finding it. Let's start by debunking some common misconceptions. Misconception 1. Happiness is like winning the lottery, it comes in one big shot. Truth. While a big stroke of luck certainly brings temporary joy, psychological studies show that lottery winners' happiness levels tend to return to their normal state after a few months. This is called hedonic adaptation. Humans have an incredible ability to adapt to both happiness and unhappiness over time. True happiness, therefore, is less about a single intense event and more about the accumulation of small, daily experiences and consistent effort. Misconception 2. If I'm not unhappy, then I must be happy, right? Truth. A state of not being unhappy is closer to peacefulness. Happiness isn't simply the absence of unhappiness. It includes active elements like joy, satisfaction, a sense of meaning in life, and positive emotions. In other words, happiness isn't just moving from minus to 0, it's about moving into a plus state. Misconception 3. Happiness comes from external factors: money, appearance, success. Truth. Of course, having enough money to cover basic needs contributes to happiness. However, beyond a certain income level, the correlation between money and happiness significantly decreases. The same applies to appearance and success. Constantly chasing more can actually push happiness further away. True happiness depends far more on internal attitudes and relationships than on external conditions. 2. The brain's happiness chemical factory, the equation of joy made by hormones. Our brain is a more complex, chemical factory than we often imagine. The emotion of happiness is ultimately a collaboration of various neurotransmitters and hormones secreted within the brain. By understanding these happiness hormones, you'll uncover the secret to experiencing more joy more often. Dopamine. The thrill of achievement and reward. Role. Secreted when we achieve a goal, learn something new, or eat delicious food, dopamine brings feelings of satisfaction and pleasure. It also fuels our desire and motivation. Application. Create frequent experiences of setting and achieving small goals. Simple accomplishments like waking up early, tidying your room, or exercising regularly will trigger a steady release of dopamine. Be cautious though, relying solely on short-term pleasures like gaming or shopping can lead to addiction, where you constantly crave bigger stimuli. Serotonin. The happiness of calm and stability. Role. This hormone regulates mood and fosters feelings of peace and stability. It's actively released when exposed to sunlight, during meditation, and through regular exercise. It's often called the ultimate happiness hormone. Application. Take a daily morning walk in the sun, keep a gratitude journal, get enough sleep, and engage in regular aerobic exercise to boost serotonin production. Gut health also significantly impacts serotonin creation, so consuming a diet rich in probiotics and fiber is crucial. Approximately 90% of serotonin is produced in the gut. Oxytocin, the warmth of love and connection. Role, known as the love hormone, or bonding hormone. It's released through social interactions like hugging, physical touch, connecting with loved ones, and bonding with pets, strengthening trust and empathy. Application: spend time with loved ones. Simply talking with friends, having meals with family, or petting your pet can trigger a surge of oxytocin. Volunteering or donating to help others also promotes oxytocin release. Endorphin, the reward of pain relief and euphoria. Role, a powerful pain-relieving hormone that induces feelings of happiness and euphoria. It's notably released during intense exercise like a runner's high, and when consuming spicy food. Application: consistently engage in moderate-intensity aerobic exercise, running, swimming, etc. Laughter also stimulates endorphin production, so make time to watch comedy shows or laugh heartily with friends. 3. The 3 pillars of happiness. Psychologists on the conditions for joy. Positive psychologists explain happiness through 3 core elements. These 3 strong pillars are essential for building a robust house of happiness. Pillar 1. The pleasant life. Concept. This refers to a life where you experience many positive emotions. It's the joy you feel through your senses, eating delicious food, listening to favorite music, or admiring beautiful scenery. Application: create your own joy list. Then, intentionally incorporate activities from that list into your daily routine. Experiencing small pleasures frequently is key. However, to avoid hedonic adaptation, try to discover new joys or deepen your appreciation for existing ones. Pillar 2. The engaged life. Concept. This refers to the experience of being deeply absorbed in an activity you love, losing track of time. This is known as a flow state. It occurs when your skills perfectly match the challenge, bringing deep satisfaction. Application: find work or hobbies that ignite your passion, whether it's your job, a hobby, or learning something new. Then, dedicate uninterrupted time to these activities. Turn off phone notifications and find a distraction-free space to experience true immersion. Pillar 3. The meaningful life. Concept. This is the happiness derived from feeling that you are living for something larger than yourself. It brings deep satisfaction and a sense of purpose when you find and contribute to your own meaning, whether it's family, community, society, or certain values. Application: explore your values. What do you consider important? What kind of person do you want to be? Then, act in alignment with those values. Helping others, participating in volunteer work, or sharing your talents are all great ways to contribute. 4. A practical roadmap to happiness. 7 tips to start today. Happiness is a skill that can be learned and trained. You don't need grand changes, small habits you can start today are enough. Keep a gratitude journal. Before bed each night, list 3 to 5 things you were grateful for that day. They don't have to be grand events: a tasty lunch, warm sunshine, a kind word from a colleague. This trains your brain to focus on the positive and boosts serotonin. Perform acts of kindness. Offer kindness to others without expecting anything in return. Holding a door open, giving a compliment, or helping a colleague with a small task is enough. Contributing to others' happiness is one of the most reliable ways to increase your own sense of joy. You'll experience a helper's high as oxytocin and endorphins are released. Ensure enough sleep and regular exercise. To keep your brain's happiness hormone factory running smoothly, you need basic fuel. Sufficient sleep resets the brain and relieves stress, while regular exercise boosts serotonin and endorphin production. Aim for 30 minutes of consistent daily movement. Practice meditation and mindfulness. Train yourself to focus on the present moment. Instead of dwelling on past regrets or future anxieties, concentrate on your five senses in the here and now. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing in a quiet place, or fully savoring the taste and aroma of your food, can significantly reduce stress and improve self-control. Digital detox. While smartphones and social media offer convenience, excessive use can amplify comparison and anxiety. Step away from your phone occasionally and spend time in nature, read a book, or connect with people face to face. True connection often happens offline. Embrace learning and growth. Learning new things and improving your skills boosts self-esteem and adds vitality to your life. Try learning an instrument, studying a foreign language, or taking on a new hobby. This fosters the joy of immersion and dopamine release. Strengthen social connections. Loneliness is a major cause of unhappiness. Forming and maintaining meaningful relationships is crucial for happiness. Regularly meet and connect with friends, family, and colleagues, and be a support system for each other. There's nothing more reassuring than knowing you have people who care. Epilogue. Happiness is within your reach. Happiness isn't something distant or magical that appears suddenly. It's not something you can only achieve after reaching a grand goal. Happiness exists right now, in this very moment, and can be amplified depending on how you view the world and what actions you choose. Armed with the map to happiness you've learned today, embark on your journey to your own treasure island of joy. Small actions will accumulate to create significant change, ultimately gifting you the most beautiful life, named happiness. I sincerely wish your life to be filled with joy and satisfaction. Thank you so much for watching.